So we've got this Q&A, reader Q&A,
Yeah, sorry.
listener Q&A.
Sorry. I'm sorry about that.
This one's from, well, Pat, I guess, Pat reads.
This is from Brian Lapitan, 2 L's. I would like a discussion about replaying games. You would, Brian. Do you do it much? How often? And your most replayed games? Games are much bigger now, and many of them may not lend themselves to future replayability. Your thoughts?
So actually, I replay a lot of games. And lately, I've
Playing some Nintendo games, I know.
Black Bass is the one I'm playing right now. Black Bass and Blue Marlin.
Sure.
But anyways, so I do replay games. I think about replaying games more than I actually do replay them. But this question is well timed because I've recently started playing Killer 7 again on the GameCube and Valkyrie Profile on the PlayStation. Both games that I've played before and replayed before and will probably keep replaying. It's always interesting to me every time I do, just to see, because I'm always interested in how they're going to hold up. I don't replay them enough to, it's not like I replay them every year. I replay them every few years. So I'm always interested to see if I'm still going to enjoy them as much as I did. Valkyrie Profile holds up incredibly well, and Killer 7 does too, because the gameplay in Killer 7 was always kind of an afterthought to the weird story. As far as games that I've replayed the most, DuckTales and probably Jet Set Radio on the Dreamcast. I think
How long does it take to play through
Jet Set?
Yeah.
A few hours. Say anywhere from 3 to 5 hours.
Okay.
And I've probably played through that about 15 times. I've played
15?
I played that game a lot.
Once a year? Once every year and a half?
I imported it for the Dreamcast, beat it twice, bought the US version, beat that a bunch of times. Went back to the Japanese version because I liked it better than the US version. I didn't like the additional levels. They were super buggy in the US version. And then I've bought it on multiple platforms since and replayed it. Probably upwards of 10 to 15 times.
Very nice.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, I'm not trying to pump up the Kickstarter, but I replay ActRaiser every probably couple of years. That's one of my all-time favorite games. And I just recently replayed it a few days ago. And I always pick up something different when I replay it. Something I missed before. And it's the same process. It's pretty, it's pretty linear. It's not going to find anything different. You can develop the towns in different orders slightly if you want and go back and forth, but you're gonna reach the same spot no matter what. It's just a beautiful game. It's like a journey.
Yeah.
Playing that game. I mean, does Civilization count? Whenever I go back to Civilization,
I play Civil. I mean,
does that even count? Because that's like a different game every time, really.
Right.
Do you even count games like that?
It's kind of endless.
I mean, that's the whole thing. I mean, I lost the whole summer to playing Civilization. So yeah, I used to replay Civilization a lot. In terms of like action games or platformers, I don't revisit a huge amount. I mean, I'm just thinking about, I think about games we replay all the time for the charity marathon. Games like Contra, you come back to because that's quick. You beat Contra like in 20 minutes if you're good. Games like that. Contra's like my DuckTales. Ian's DuckTales is my Contra, so to speak. Games that Ninja Gaiden, every once in a while you get back into that. It's easy. Like the games you want to get back into are ones that you can get into a rhythm, I think, and play. And it's like, like you and DuckTales playing Ninja Gaiden, you can just roll through most of the game, or like I said, Contra, you can just get through most of it. I'll replay Legend of Zelda, like I want to say like once every 4 to 5 years. I'll do a Legend of Zelda because that you can get through the whole game in like 2.5 hours if you're pretty good. Get through it.
I don't know. I beat it, but I honestly I've never done it enough to tell you how
2.5 to 3 hours if you go at a decent pace, but not like you're not speed running it.
Sure.
And know where to go. Probably a little bit less than that. And I'm pretty skilled at Legend of Zelda. I kind of know what I'm doing. So those are ones I tend to replay. Yeah. That aren't like, I'm not talking like arcade games, go back into the arcade. So that's different because arcade games, you sort of play what's in front of you and what's there, if that makes sense. It's sort of like the comfort food when you're in an arcade. Those are the games I go back and replay a lot. Gotta replay a lot of Unreal Tournament because it's not a new one. I have to mention that again.